How you guys doing? So today's video is going to be about farming. I've done a video about this recently, but this is going to be a bit more in-depth because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming here soon. First and foremost, I want to chat about some ship stuff, and then I want to go into the movie stuff. And out of these kind of things here, what you should be kind of prioritizing for your farms, and also keeping in mind, the next release for a ship raid, and also the next release of a General Skywalker event. So, with all that in mind, guys, let's chat about what I think is probably the best thing for you to do right now with your farms, and what to prioritize first. So let's get into it. So, talking about events, epic confrontations. We don't know if this next movie, legendary epic confrontation, whatever it may be, we don't know if it's going to be a Malik type or a General Skywalker type of event that requires a lot of stuff. We don't know if it's going to be the case. But if you want to play it safe, assume you're going to need a lot of these characters, First Order, Resistance, whatever it may be, along the journey for the movies to be needed for Gear 13 and some potential relics. I don't know if that's going to be the case because all of these characters, the First Order and the Resistance, they are really old kits, and it wouldn't make any sense for me, at least, for them to require an event coming online. You need them to be Gear 13. I don't think that's going to be a thing. I just don't. That, for me, at a standpoint from player and even CG, I don't think it's going to be a thing. I think it's kind of far-fetched. But if you're like a whale, you have the resources, why not go do it? But if you guys want to really kind of pinpoint some guys to kind of work on, from here till the next movie, or January or February, because with these releases, what they do for like movies and stuff, they don't release any of these key characters before the movie. They wait for after the movie is released, and then they drop these characters, and that's what I would still expect here. So the Rise of Skywalker movie doesn't come out until December 20th, which is kind of the end of December. So kind of expect some stuff January, I would say. And if that's the case, I would start hoarding some shards, start farming some shards, hoard gear rather, for First Order and for Resistance. For First Order, these guys' gear aren't too bad. The only one here that really stands out to me is OG Kylo's, I'm pretty sure, with some carbs, and for sure Stormtroopers. This guy, these two here, they're an attacker and a tank. This guy's gear is kind of crazy. He's a solid character. I just don't think with this next movie he's going to be the best tank in this team. I think he's outclassed by right now a crew, and you just maybe will get a Sith, another like Sith Trooper type of esque character, Stormtrooper that's a tank. Maybe this guy is going to be irrelevant. We don't know. But these guys, their gear is not bad whatsoever, in my opinion at least. I don't think it's bad. If you want to build a full 5 team of them, go ahead. It's really easy. Get crew going. Get both Kylos, I would say. Get Executioner and get Officer. And then if you want to, you can go for Stormtrooper. You can even go for TIE Pilot or this other TIE Pilot here. But I would not go for Phasma. Phasma is such an outdated character, and guess what? She died in the last movie. I wouldn't go for her, guys. If you don't have her, don't worry about her. That's how I would say. The reason I would kind of push these pilots a little bit more than the Stormtrooper is because, guess what? They're pilots, and they got ships. And with an upcoming ship raid, they're going to be a little bit more useful. That's just how I see it, guys. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about First Order. Try to farm these guys. They're kind of all relatively easy to farm and to gear. The ones that are kind of tougher are the pilots, especially this guy. FOTP and First Order Stormtrooper are the toughest farms for the shards here. So if you don't want to worry about them, I would kind of go for, this guy here. He's in the guild store. Officer is easy. Executioner is easy. Kylo. I mean, these guys, Cantinas. We're talking Cantinas. Easy hard nodes. They're nothing crazy. So that's First Order here. And then down here at Resistance, guys, this is a bit trickier. A lot trickier, actually. The reason I say it's trickier is because I would say most people here have all of these guys like where I'm at. They're going to have their droids, R2-D2, BB-8, 3PO. They're going to have Scav Ray. They're going to have JTR. They're going to have Finn, Trooper, Poe. Probably not the pilot because the pilot's pretty bad, I got to admit. But the one thing, really two things people are not going to have is Amilyn Holdo and Rose Tico, the two most hated characters from the last movie, hands down. And I really do think that at a minimum, Rose Tico will be needed in some way, shape, or form in the next legendary-esque event for a journey event character. I think that's just how it's going to be. I don't know about Holdo, but however, Holdo is a fantastic tank in the game already. I think if you have Holo, you're going to get a lot more easier wins because, you know, if when it comes to GAC, you want some more protection recovery, and she gives it, and she gives out more. She gives out more dazes and stuff like that. But really, the biggest issue here is Rose Tico. Her node isn't crazy hard or anything, but it is a hard node. And if I were you guys, I would be doing some extra refreshes every single day until the next movie. So yeah, I mean, her kit's not garbage. It's not bad, but the character, holy cow, it's pretty bad. I just really think that she'll be, you know, needed some way, shape, or form. And I said this in a previous video, I wouldn't be surprised if Finn or Poe get reworked. And I also wouldn't be surprised if they get a new, you know, maybe potential Episode 9 kit. And if we do happen to see those, I would expect to see those really, really soon, in the next month or two. But if not, then I would still stick with the plan of farming Rose and getting those guys squared away, and then you're going to be set for really whatever comes down the line for the movie. The biggest issue here is, again, Gear 13 and Relics. We don't know if these next events will be needed for Gear 13. I don't see them adding an epic confrontation like a Malik or a General Skywalker event anytime soon for the next, you know, 6 to 8 months. I don't see it. So if you want to play it safe, I think Gear 12 is extremely safe. Maybe the events will be, you know, let's say like the required is going to be like Gear 12, and then, you know, like recommended some Gear 13s, like some low Gear 13s. Not a full team of Gear 13s, of course, but some Gear 13s would be nice. And a lot of the player base already has most of these guys, you know, Gear 12, or Gear 12 Plus rather, and some maybe Gear 13s like the droids. So it shouldn't be that bad for this next event. So that's how I would kind of figure out what you want to farm for a short term. But if you want to go long term, think ships, think raids, ship raids rather. So in order for us to think about this, well, you got to kind of keep in mind the light side TB is coming out this next month as well. And the Malevolence is I think it's extremely safe to bet on. We're going to get the Malevolence either from a new Get 2 currency store, just like the Negotiator, or he's going to be unlocked via, what's it called, a special event in the next light side TB, kind of like a Wat Tambor. So if you really want to get a head start on your ships for ship raids, and even for Separatist ships for a potential Malevolence, well, this is already another kind of easy thing as well. A lot of people, you know, that are long-term players will have these bugs done. Okay, they just will. And on top of that, you know, the bugs are great for like arena or for GACs and TWs and that sort of stuff, right? But this little fella right here, the Vulture Droid, I would say, guys, if there's anything to take away from this video and how to kind of figure out what you're going to farm for the next little bit, as soon as this guy goes free to play friendly from a farming node, whether it be hard node or a Cantina node, farm him ASAP. That's a huge indication that he will be needed in a Malevolence type of meta soon. That means the Malevolence will be coming here sooner than later. The Malevolence is already teased in the Vulture Droid marquee event, so it's going to be coming in the game sooner than later. As soon as this guy goes free to play friendly, which is already supposed to be happening soon, you guys should be farming him fast. And if that's the case with your farms, let's say you guys already got, you know, kind of rewinding a little bit. Let's say you guys already, maybe already have G Money, your General Skywalker, you got him done. You're just farming some Get currency to get him 7-star. But if you were close enough to him, maybe you're still trying to figure him out, trying to get those guys geared out, gear like 13, couple of them. Get the bare minimum for that event, but really have a keen eye on the lookout. Be on the lookout for the Vulture Droid. Be on the lookout for Rose Tico. These two characters are something that you guys should really be farming here soon. Rose Tico, I'll be doing, you know, 3 to 4 refreshes. If you guys want to be safe about this stuff, 3 to 4 refreshes each day on her hard node. And if this guy is the same kind of thing, I would do the same thing. Maybe you want to go like a few here, a few there, you know, kind of swap it up each day. But for sure, as soon as this guy goes free to play friendly, I would guarantee you guys that the Malevolence is coming in a light side TB or in a Get 2 currency, just like the Negotiator. And on top of that, I mean, we're going to need more Separatist ships to make a really good Malevolence fleet. We only have 4 right now in game. There's got to be more coming here soon, right? So I would anticipate some more stuff for the ships. And what's a better way to do this than having Malevolence with some more Separatists before a ship raid? That's how I think it's going to be, guys. They're going to kind of help out with some of these extra ships. That's why I'm kind of thinking you're going to get some more First Order ships, maybe some more Resistance stuff. And that's why I think it's really safe to kind of farm some of these up before this next kind of movie and ship raid. So this is kind of not really a counter video or anything like I would typically do, but this is more of trying to prepare you guys for what's coming next. Another thing I want to touch up on here for ships is this Rey's Millennium Falcon. I am hoping and I am praying that this is not needed for a legendary event for this next character. I really hope it's not, guys. This is such a hard farm. It is really such a hard farm. Yeah, it's on a dark side note. It is. I get it. But once you have to incorporate her farm, Rose Tico's farm, and then this potential Vulture Droid farm, that is 3 farms for at least me who's been playing for a long, long time. That is still a lot of shards to get in the next 3 to 4 months. That's really, really hard to do. So if you want to panic farm really anything right now, I would have Rey's Millennium Falcon on your list. I would have Rose Tico, and then as soon as Vulture Droid comes out, panic farm that guy too, because he's going to be needed in some way, shape, or form for Malevolence meta. So guys, that's just my take on this whole stuff. I think there is a lot of panic farming to do in this last little bit with General Skywalker, and now the panic farm is at an all-time high, I think. But just to wrap this up, I did a poll recently on my YouTube channel, and the poll was, let me pull it up really fast. I asked, do you guys think there's going to be a hard counter within the next 3 to 4 months around the next movie for General Skywalker? And then the other part to this, there's two different things here. So that was the first part. The second part was maybe we won't, and General Skywalker will pretty much be the meta for the next 8 months until he's coming out for the second time. Then we'll get a new something coming out. But here's the interesting thing here. This is extremely interesting to me. 52% of you guys think that there's going to be a hard counter to a G Money around the next movie time, and then 48% of you guys said that he's going to be the meta for the next 8 months until his next release, which is it's like pretty much half and half, and that's really, really interesting to me, because I would also think that he's not going to be overthrown anytime soon. I think he's going to be relevant in the meta for the next 6 to 8 months. But with you guys saying that, this is just throwing up some red flags. Rose Tico, this Rey's Millennium Falcon, stuff like this to prepare yourselves, because from General Skywalker's last event, guess what? You needed ships, you needed some characters, and what better way for CG rather, to make some money here than to incorporate ships with these next events. Rey's Millennium Falcon, Rose Tico, Amlin Holo, some of the First Order guys. There you go. That's how I'm seeing it, guys. And that's at least what I'm going to do to prepare myself. I'm going to be doing some extra shard farming on Rose Tico, extra shard farming on the Falcon, hopefully to get it before the next movie in the next 3 to 4 months. So that's my video for today, guys. Just some of my insights here, what I think is going to be what I think is going to be needed, and what you should be anticipating for this next little bit in your farming. This is kind of unfortunate too, because you can't do much of anything with your get currency to farm gear. And this is the biggest problem with this game right now, is the gear crunch. I would be loving it if I didn't have to worry about this next farms and hoarding. I would love to be farming, extra gear. I would love it. But I can't. So my gear is going to be coming to an extreme halt here soon, and I'm going to be going all in on Rose Tico and this Falcon. That's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to sub. If you guys are new here, and if you guys enjoy the video, feel free to like it and share it around if you guys want. But this is my take on this whole kind of thing here. Also, if you guys want to come join in Discord, we have a Discord chat if you guys want to. And also, we have a Patreon if you guys want to help support me there. I'm trying to work on some channel memberships here soon as well, for kind of the similar thing with Patreon, but it's more for the YouTube channel itself and what you get from there as well. So that should be coming out here shortly. But that's pretty much it for my video today. Farms for the future. This is what I think is going to be happening here, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.